created, organized, and administered by the SP Gulf Coast section. It takes place once a year during the SP ATC. This is the one for the world contest, right? So um, Petrobol is recognized as an SP International Global Program, and the competition just pitches SP student chapters against each other. So it's only SP student chapters that are allowed to participate in the Petrobol. So if you have, maybe you're a young professional, so you don't have SP in your school, it's good you establish SP there so that you can be able to participate in the Petrobol competition. So the last part of this smart that just shows that the 32 teams who participate in the championship, that's at the world level, is expected that 32 teams will participate, which will consist of 5 SP student chapter representing Petrobol Super Region. So Africa is a region, so we have a slot for 5 student chapters, and also the 2 best chapters from the previous Petrobol will also be added automatically, right? So you have 30 chapters that will contest within their regions to come, and also the 2 winners. So the the finalists last year at the ATC competition, we get automatic slot for the Petrobol this year. So this is just some Petrobol last year showing. You can see our team guys from Fupre. Well done, guys. They came out third. So Fupre won't have automatic slot to the Petrobol because of that. However, it's one of the most outstanding part for us in SP Council that we are able to, come out third at the competition. So I think the best ever from Petrobol in origin from time immemorial for SP Nigeria is the Unibank guys in 2017. They were the second best in the world. So Fupre just added to that as the third. Okay, can we see? Please, let's kindly mute Dr. Obi and the team. Please, let's kindly mute anyone on the platform. Yes. All right. So yes, I'll just be fast about it because there are a lot of things to talk about. So some of them I'll just flash. The team eligibility for Petrobol is one: teams must be compliant SP student chapters. So if your student chapter is probably has been deregistered from the SP, you cannot participate in Petrobol. Only one team per student chapter is required, and the team should not have more than 5 members. The team will not have more than 5 members. And for you to be able to play the Petrobol competition is a minimum of 2 players. So if you have one player coming to a game, it's assumed that that contest is already won by the opposing team if they have 2 or more than 1 players. So please, let's take note of these rules I'm saying critically, because during the rounds, we will not want any disagreements. I've sent also the Petrobol rules in the form that was sent earlier in the call for the Petrobol contest, which is still ongoing till 25th of January. So make sure you are you familiarize yourself with the rules so that nobody is deemed that is cheated or something. So please, very, very important for the chapters present. Each team will designate a team captain who is confirmed in advance of the contest, and only the team captains will be the primary contact of communication. So wherever we see another person agitating that is not a team captain, we reserve the right also to disqualify such persons right from the game. So if you have an emotionally you want to be able to be careful so that your team might not be disqualified, because it's about following the rules. Only the team captain has the right to pass through those channels in terms of communication. Also, the form, I think I've sent the form earlier, also indicating you should be duly signed by your faculty advisor and also by the president, and also indicating the team captain, of which we're also verifying the SP student membership of those persons that have been sent. Players and schools are responsible for any liability arising from the conduct while at the tournament. So, yeah. The eligibility for individual players must be SP student members in good standing. So you have to make sure that the people you are submitting have renewed their membership, they are up to date. Players will be considered eligible as long as they are currently enrolled in the institution. Yeah, so this is also something that we're now exploring in SP Africa generally. you have right for a master student to participate in the Petro Bowl, in as much that master student has not had more than 2 years of full-time technical work experience. So you have the right for those master students to come into the competition. All right. So game format. So the championship game will follow a standard single elimination. It means that there's not going to be any group pairing. Maybe let's say UI plays this, UI plays like group games. No, it's going to be a single combat. Once a team wins the other one, automatically the one that was defeated is automatically out of the contest. So there's no aggregation of points. It's going to be single elimination point, of which in the Petro Bowl rules, I know some of you are not familiar with the Petro Bowl rules. That's why we are bringing this thing up right now, so you can also clarify some questions. When you answer a question correctly, it's 10 points, and when you answer incorrectly, is -5. So very important. In as much you both to want to answer, you know that either you're having a 10 point or you're having a -5 point, right? So the opposing team response also is scored in the same way. So even if a team has had maybe -5 for failing the question, that other team that's already buzzed will not say that they don't want to answer the question again. No, in as much you have already buzzed, you must answer the question. So if also you say you don't want to submit a response and you have already buzzed, it's also -5. So okay, trying to think 2-3 minutes more. The championship games will follow a single standard elimination, like I said. The more you go into the round, the more the questions. So round one has 20 questions per game. Round two, 20 questions per game. The quarterfinals are having 30 questions. Semi-final, this so just can be seen on the slide. And also, if there's a tie break, maybe the team has both scores. We'll have a tie break question. We might not just one, but just a list of tiebreak questions that will be able to determine the winner. While the questions are being reviewed, players will have opportunity to appeal decisions made by the judges. Each team has only 2 times to appeal. Now, this is also concerning the virtual round that we'll be having for the SP Nigerian Council team, because we know that the SP Nigerian Council has more than we have over 30 student chapters, and we are required to bring 16 to the African competition. So we are going to, if we have the nomination before 25th of January, more than 16, we are going to do an elimination virtual round for the student chapters in Nigeria to scale them down to 16. So very important. And for the virtual game, look at that line that is written in bold. Any online platform required by players to you have to ensure you have reliable internet connection. If you lose internet connection during a match and able to participate in the planned time of the game must continue with the remaining players. That is, after due consideration, we'll continue without you. So for those that will be playing virtual round, that we have more than the 16 student chapters that indicate interest in the Petro Bowl, you have to make sure that you're in a place where there's good internet connection. If not, the game will be done without you. So very important. I'm just going to skip through some of these game formats. You already have the Petro Bowl rules. I just took some of the very critical ones out for you. Also, this question and answer part, moderator will accept the first answer given by a player. So once you say a first answer, you can't just modify the answer. So you have to make sure this always causes some kind of recourse, right? So that's why we're displaying these things for you to see very well. So you can see the example. If maybe the answer is Nixon Watergate, right? We're looking at the first answer you're pronouncing. So if you get it wrong, yeah, you can have the permission to change your answers back. So I'll just go through the mains of, okay, appeals. Appeals are very important. Like I said, only the captain has the permission to ask for an appeal. But for the virtual round, if one of the players in the, because we know virtual round, you might not be in the same place. So if one of the players wants to appeal, he will ask for the permission for the team captain to go ahead for an appeal. So you don't just jump for virtual round. So very important. The team pairing, yeah, when you see after 25th of January, we are going to be having the pairing. If it's more than SP, if it's more than the 16 student chapters for the council, and also we'll have the one, at least March 1st, we have put for the African pairing. So anything can be done in a random manner. So when we bring out the pairing, we don't want to hear, oh no, I'm meeting this school. No, we should not meet this school first. So it's going to be done in a random manner. So very important. Virtual additional rules. Players who experience equipment failure during a match will be given considerable time, and after then, if it's not resolved, it's assumed that the game will continue without them. So yeah, these are very important for you guys to take note of, a team to take note of. In the event there's equipment failure, also this is also being repeated. Now the conclusions for this is 5 SP African regional chapters will qualify for the Petro Bowl in ATC 2025 taking place in Houston, and the best 3 out of the 5 African team will be SP Nigerian student chapter. So even though we are going to be doing the African contest in Kanu, the SP African region has also given us the grace to also retain our 3 slots from SP Nigeria. So no matter how the competition comes out, the 3 best SP student chapters in Nigeria will qualify for the contest. So you can see the other details. Please familiarize yourself with Bozin.live, where virtual games will be played. All chapters should carefully read through the Petro Bowl guidelines to maintain discipline in the competition. Thank you very much, guys. I'll wait for your questions at the end.
Thank you so much, Engineer AB, for your beautiful presentation. Guys, you have heard it from the horse's mouth. When it comes to Petro Bowl format, AB has first-hand understanding of what it is. You know, we over here, we are just used to Petro quiz, you know, and this is the first time we are going to be experiencing Petro Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. But when it comes to the intricacies of what it's all about, I can tell you that AB is one of them, you know, because over time he has been traveling with our students, you know, ensuring that whatever it is well understood. So you are quite lucky, you know, hearing it from him this evening. Thank you again, AB, for making that time to bring out the critical points that we need to understand for the upcoming content. Thank you very much again. And the questions will be bring to you after the presentation. So we shall be calling the next question, the next speaker, and another person by Dr. Chukwu Emeke. Dr. Emeke will be talking on acing the student paper content. Yes, acing the student paper content. So, Doc, the floor is yours. Kindly take us through your presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Obi. Thanks a lot, Eddie, for that wonderful presentation. I'll be talking about the student paper contest, which is very, very critical to STSC, and of course, the competitions that we'll be having in Kano. And please, if at any time you feel to hear me, quickly call me out so that I won't be talking in advance. Having said that, I will align my thoughts around why you should compete as a student body. You also need to understand the SP paper contest, how to craft a winning research paper, structuring your paper effectively, mastering the art of presentation, avoiding common pitfalls. Look, probably take some few case studies of those who have done so and won, and then I'll challenge you to put in your best. So why should you compete? First, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win, it is the cocoa, the main line of action for me. And that was said by Vince Lombardi. So you want to compete because it gives you an opportunity to gain global recognition. And of course, have career boosting opportunity. Whether you like it or not, if you have an opportunity to be spotlighted, it's one platform you don't take for granted. More essentially, when you compete, you also have an opportunity to network with industry experts. People get to see your abilities, your quality, and what you bring aboard. So how does the SP paper contest work? Ovie, you are a little bit late. I'm already in the main because I just have 10 minutes. So please just move the slides. How does the SP paper contest work with respect to the SCSC? What will I be looking out for? What are some of the things the judges will be looking out for? Number one, the first thing I want to look out for is originality and relevance of the research. That means you would have known the theme of the conference, the student conference. You would have also gone through the sub-themes that will be relevant to that conference. For example, if you are talking about the downstream sector and you are presenting a paper that has to do with bush burning in the north, there's no connection. So the paper you want to present must have some underlying connection to the theme and of course the sub-theme of the conference. Number two, we want to also see the technical depth and clarity. You don't want to come and present a paper and it's looking like a storyline. It's looking like you are coming to tell us how Eze went to school. So we want to see how you've been able to apply yourself using engineering principles over time. Those engineering principles you've learned in your school, those engineering principles you've learned either from drilling or to reservoir, to mechanical engineering, to electrical engineering, to environmental sustainability, as it connects to the theme and sub-theme of the conference. We also want to see your ability to present that paper. Many times, if you present a paper that is not written by you or by your group, it's usually very difficult to present. But if you are part and parcel of that paper, you see, you can present it even with one eye closed. And of course, your ability to engage your audience, your ability to connect with your audience. So you see, you start from just being a baby and then you take it up to becoming an adult. So there are steps, we want to see your methodology, how you went about the paper, how you arrive at the results, because those processes count. Their marks are located to each of those processes. Next, so what are some of the essential ingredients in a typical research paper? We want to see how strong your research problem are. So what are you trying to solve? What case study are you trying to unveil or resolve? Are you agreeing with a previous author, or you are disagreeing with an author? Are you coming up with an innovative idea, something that nobody else has ever done? We want to see how solid your methodology is. Many times, a lot of you write papers and you are not telling us how you came about those results. And because your methodology is not very solid, sometimes you just have very scanty more clearly for us is your ability to connect those results to industry, environment, or what is going on in your locality, or what is even going on in your nation. If you're writing about Nigeria or Kenya or Ghana, or South Africa, you should be able to connect it to the economy or to the environment or to the day-to-day happenings within that environment. Because every great research solves real-world problems. Every great research solves real-world problems. We don't just want to see a paper that just tells us a story and we feel good and that is it. We want to see how that paper connects to the real problems we face every day. So how do you structure your papers effectively? The first thing we want to see in your paper is your paper title, and of course the abstract. The abstract just tells you a brief summary of what you've done with clearly stated results. And then, of course, we want to see your introduction, how you're able to introduce your paper to your audience. Your methodology, which I spoke about, must be very, very clear. The methodology must be in fact, if I don't see your methodology, irrespective of what you've written, is zero for me. And of course, your ability to effectively discuss your results and connect it to the economy or to the environment of your locality. And then you are able to conclude. Your conclusion matters a lot. It's like you are flying a plane and you're able to land. That is what conclusion is all about. Now, beyond just writing the paper, you also need to present that paper. And like I've always said, your ability to understand what you are presenting, and then you are also able to communicate that to your audience is very, very important. So you need to start with engaging your audience. Start with a strong hookup word like, oh, did you know? For example, if you want to share a data that connects to your paper, or you can even come up with a simple line or an idiom, or it could even be a single line joke that just helps awaken your audience to the reality of what you are presenting. And then you need to keep your slides as simple as possible. You know, sometimes if your slides are too colorful, it causes some level of distractions. So make your slides as simple as possible. And of course, very important, you need to practice timing. For example, they gave us 10 minutes and we are trying to work within the 10 minutes we allocated. Nobody's going to give you 1 hour to present. So you need to present whatever you need to share with your audience within the time allocated to you. And then you must also learn how to use what I call voice modulation. You know, you must know how to give high pitch and then bring down your voice. You know, your ability to just sense your audience and know when to raise your voice, when to lower it, when to pitch it at the medium level. And of course, your ability to also handle question and answer. Many times, a lot of you do a fantastic work presenting a paper, and then you falter when it comes to question and answer. Your ability to answer.
I guess
Or
we've lost this
yeah, I
audio.
think
Is it
yeah.
from-
I think I was thinking it was just me, so I think he's having some internet troubles, but it should be back in soon.
He's still on call. He just his network.
So I'll just reach out to him and let him just to understand the situation of things from his end.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, while we're waiting to see if we have him back. Okay, okay, so obvi- so while we're waiting to see if we can have him back, let's understand that Dr. Chukwe Emeke is a PhD holder. So that means that he understands what it takes for one to put up a good paper or a good
Maybe
research.
I'm back.
Okay,
Yes.
Doc, you are back.
So let me just
fine.
land. Sorry for that network interruption. So I was saying that you must also, your slides should tell a story, right? From one page, you must arrange your slides such that you are telling a story from the introduction down to your methodology up to your results, so that it is easy to conclude. Because a dull presentation kills even the best research. Let me say that. A dull presentation kills even the best research. Now, quickly, one of the case studies I want to share with us that we all know is the case study of Alexander Oluwasina, who won both the African regional paper contest and also went on to the international scene and won it. And at the end of the day, he came back with a prize gift of $1,000. $1,000 current is about 1.5 million naira. So just because he made an attempt to participate in the competition, look at where it has led him to. and it has given him international visibility. It has given him that audience that he needs. Right now, everybody's inviting him all over the whole place to talk about how to write an award-winning paper. And I remember as a student, he attended one of my sessions, and since then he picked up interest to write papers, and look at where he is right now. In conclusion, what will be your action plan? Your action plan is to set milestones for research and writing. So if you've not done that, please, this is the right time to start doing that. Some of you, STSC, probably in the next few months, you've not made up your mind. We've only received close, probably about a little bit above 80 papers, abstracts have been sent to us. And yet we have a lot of students all across Nigeria. What is stopping you from sending your abstract? More importantly, you must practice before your paper presentation. You must practice in front of your peers. You must practice in front of your project supervisor or your course advisor, just to give you the necessary confidence before going on to represent. And of course, the key word is you must rehearse question and answer scenarios. Look at different questions that may likely come out from your paper and just put answers before you. The best way to predict the future is to create it. So if you've not started writing paper, you've not started. If you've not sent in your abstract, you're already late. So tonight, I want to take a deep dive into your archives and come up with an abstract for STSC. Your ideas have the power to change the world, so you need to go and prove it. The next step for you is, as a group or at individual level, to start brainstorming on topics. Engage with mentors and peers. I'm open for any one of you to reach out to me if you need help on how to write an abstract, or if you want me to help you review before you send it in. And then, of course, register for the contest. Thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. God bless.
Thank you so much, Dr. Emeke. In fact, when you had network issues, I was about telling them that they're actually coming to meet a PhD. You know, the papers they are sending in form of abstract or in form of a full manuscript will actually be landing on the table of a PhD who had spent, you know, a good number of years stipulated by NUC to understand what a research should be and how it should look like. So he's not longer business as usual. But like Dr. Emeka had charged us, you never can tell. You never can tell. Put it together and just have the passion about it. You probably may be the next person who will have that international visibility and who will be receiving those invites, you know, on when it comes to paper presentations. Thank you again, Dr. Emeke. We appreciate your time with us. So the last speaker, but not the least, is our own Dr. Ogolo Ogenerume. Dr. Ogolo will be giving us, in the next 10 minutes, an overview of the African Student Congress. You know, what it actually entails and the expectations from us. Dr. Rume, the floor is now yours.
Yeah, thank you. A very good evening to everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So thanks to everyone who have presented. It's been an interesting session. So I'll just continue from what Dr. Chukwu started. Mine is just a charge while I talk about the SP Africa Regional Student Congress coming up in April. You can see the theme for the event and all that has been said today, the activities that will be taking place during the event. So for me, it's not something as a student you should miss. And being able to participate in most of these activities, you need to go back and do your own studies, the hard work. So we expect that this presentation should spoil you, so that if you have been sleeping, if you have been relaxing, now is the time for you to, to put in the effort, especially regards the different activities that will be held at the conference itself. You have the Africa Energy Challenge, which has been talked about, and must thank engineer, and my comments on it said that we're looking more at prototype models. We want to see something that students are able to build. We want to see what you can come up with, which he also explained. We want to see like a prototype model, which he talked about, to solve energy challenges. And that makes it quite different from the paper contest that is being done. We want to see what your team is able to build, right, to address energy challenge. At the time, we've had students looked at, generating biogas, being able to design a system, right, that can do that. We're able to assess it. We've had some that applied artificial intelligence in solving energy-related issues. They built a system, we're able to address that. And like you said, we look at your novelty and everything. So most of the times, these are opportunities that are presented before you, and want to appeal that you go back home as students and make the most out of this, because like I put here in my presentation is that the Africa Student Congress is like a cooking ground for the success of some persons, not everyone, because for you to be able to attend the event, you have to be able to actively apply for most of these competitions so that you'll be selected, and that makes it easy for you to be able to attend the event. So it's a cooking room, because in that process, you have access to mentors, persons you won't see in your university. You have access to mentors that would guide you towards your success, towards a successful career. Like I think last 2 years, there was a student I met. We're together back then, and we talked. And yesterday I spoke with him, and I can see that the students, because of the fact that we attended the student conference, then was able to learn one or two things. And today he's thanking me, and I'm still advising him. So if he did not attend the event, he would have been able to meet me, right? And also too, you won't be able to meet some, well-established professionals. And you can see most of us giving this presentation today, you will still see us at the event, and a host of others. The council chair will be there, the Africa regional director will be there. So if I were here as a student, I will look at most of these opportunities that are there, so that I, too, right, will be able to attend the event. So you have the paper contest, which has been talked about. The Africa Petrol Bowl qualifying session is there, and the host of all other events to make the conference a success. So this is an Africa event. This is our event. So it's just a charge to students to give it a good thought, that like the Africa Energy Challenge, when we look at the entry as of today, we've only had one submission, which we've reported, which we communicated back to the team that submitted, because we're looking at a work that you have completed, a work that that we're able to assess your hypothesis. So if the deadline is 29th, right, on 28th of this month, and as of today, we've not received any submission for the Africa Energy Challenge, it's quite disturbing, right? So please go back and and look at some of these things we've been talking about, because we are presenting a golden opportunity to you guys, right? So please go back and discuss with your chapter. Sometimes and again, don't limit yourself. Over time, we found out that students, you are the ones disqualifying yourself from this competition. You say, okay, oh, my work is not good enough. Oh, I've not solved this problem. Oh, and I keep getting those complaints most times. And so some of my students, I'll tell them, okay, you send your work, because I know what the student did in his project, in his project. And the students, sometimes they come out, they win the contest. But at the start, they will be giving me 1,001 reasons why they can't participate in the event. So, we also need courage. Be courageous. And like I always tell people that you may not know it all, but the little you know, you can brag about it. And when you brag about it, you look as if you know it all. So with the little you know, you can always do something with it. Just be courageous and take the bold steps. Better you try and fail and not trying or giving up in the process. No, don't give up. You've done some work. And again, some of the chapters for Africa Energy Challenge or SPA contest, it's not only petroleum engineering students that must submit. Go and meet your colleagues in other departments, the computer engineering, electrical engineering, welding, mechanical. They may have done something that is in line with this competition, right? So like where I am at the moment, where I'm working, I have to tell my chapter president, I saw a student, I said, this student, ensure that you engage a student. Let's see how you guys can form a team, right? And make submission for the Africa. So because that's what we also observe, don't feel that it must be a petroleum engineering student that must be in charge. No, I could remember a team that worked. They had to get the team that work on drone, on using drone to detect crude oil spillage. So you can see the kind of project we are looking for, right? So they had to get students from computer engineering. They had to get from electrical to be part of their team. So this is just a charge, and to further complement what other speakers have said. So we look forward to seeing you guys take this thing to heart, because like we said, sometimes some of you, that's your ladder to success. So just do your best. Like the case Dr. Shuku cited, which is Alexander, right? Today, nobody even expected that Africa will be able to win the student paper contest, but he made that difference by first of all applying. And I tell you, that guy worked very, very hard to be able to get there. So if you have been sleeping, this is time to wake up. The petrol bowl is there. Some things have started working since last year. So if you are still sleeping, you are still moving slow, right? So you're already shooting yourself in your leg. So please step up your game, and let's have more of a brainy session at the SB Africa Annual Student Congress. So thank you, and thank you so much. So I will stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rume, our 001 when it comes to student programs. Thank you very much. You've heard it from him. He said, never you underrate your potential. A great many of us are researchers, in fact, great researchers, but because we always feel that we don't have what it takes, we feel that what it takes to really showcase what we have. So most times we limit ourselves. So yes, Dr. Rume telling you, never you ever underrate yourself, never limit your potentials, because you can be the next person that will take our student council programs to the next level when it comes to these activities and competitions here. And so thank you, Dr. Rume, for that beautiful chat. And before we move on to the next session, let me also remind us again that our amazing council chairperson, Dr. Amina, is still here with us. He's still here with us, and that is quite amazing, and that's quite beautiful. Earlier, I told us that today he had a whole lot of programs, and he's created that time to be with us this evening. Thank you for your presence up to this moment, and of course, every other student program leader on this call. We really appreciate.
It's a pleasure.
All right, so we appreciate every one of you that are on this. Thank you. So the next session is our question and answer. Oh, we confirm if we can take the question and answer for this session, or should we hear the success stories from the chapter awardees?
Now afterwards we can then take this line of the program. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said we can take the question and answer now, then we can then take the next item on the program, which is the chapter's experience in winning SPI awards.
Okay, we should take the questions, right?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so it's now time for questions and answers.
Hello, Dr. Obi. I think
Okay,
it will
yes,
be better we just
go
take
ahead.
the presentation. I think it's just for 15 minutes. Then we'll now move straight to the question and answer.
Okay.
So that from there we close. Just a thought.
Okay, okay,
No, I
okay,
think
okay.
I want to ask a question. Hello,
Yes, there will be
I
time
want to
for
ask a
questions,
question.
sir.
I said, as a mining engineering student, what kind of projects can I go for, or what kind of paper research can I go for as a mining engineering student?
Okay, thank you, Abbas. We will have time for your question. Just we have a session for that. Just note it, or if possible, put it on our chat box. When that time comes, we'll definitely take your question. Be rest assured that we have capable hands to provide you with great answers. So, next on our call is to bring up our chapters, the 3 chapters that won SP International Awards last year. They'll be coming to share their success stories and their strategic plans. The strategies they used last year that got them to where they, so that other chapters that are coming to this competition will learn from them. So the first on our list is Federal University of Technology, MENA, FUT-MENA. So FUT-MENA President, are you on this call? Can you kindly come up and share your success story with us and your strategy?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Please can I say my screen? Good evening, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Please, I want to share my screen now. Can you see my screen?
You can share your screen. We've made you a co-host.
Yes,
We cannot see the screen.
Can hear you.
I'm coming. Please, I'm trying to share my screen. Okay. So the document is not supported. So
Okay, yeah, maybe FUT-MENA.
the document is
You can just drop the document on the group chat, on our group chat. The why another person can come in and share.
on the group chat already.
Yeah. Okay. We'll share from there. Dr. Obi, we can call another one just to preserve time. I'll share that.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Everyone, depending on the protocol, knowledge is distributed. My name is Oluwadamilala Omotoso, and I'm the president of SPE in our student chapter. It's a privilege to be here this evening and to share how, in just 4 years of establishment of FUT-MENA chapter, we achieved remarkable milestones, including winning the prestigious 2024 SPE International Presidential Award for Community Involvement. First, I would like to talk about the leadership excellence Success has been built on strong leadership. From the start, we selected passionate and committed leaders who understand our goals and work tirelessly to achieve them. We've also developed a network of active volunteers who contribute to sustaining impactful initiatives. So every administration builds on the successes of the previous one, creating a culture of continuity, growth, and leadership development among us. Also, I would like to talk about the recognitions and achievements so far. In just 4 years of establishment, our chapter has received several notable recognitions. Apart from the Presidential Award, we are proud winners of the SPE International Student Chapter Excellence Award and the Membership Contest Award in 2023. These achievements are a testament of the hard work of our team and our commitment to SPE's mission. This year, as we approach our 5th anniversary, we are excited to continue this journey of excellence. I'll talk about the collaboration. Collaboration has been central to our success. We've engaged students on campus, partnered with co-chapters, and collaborated with organizations such as Texaco Energy, DataHeat, SLB, and many others. These partnerships have amplified our efforts, enabling us to create programs that deliver real value to both members and the wider community. We've also organized programs that have been designed to stand out and make an impact, from career workshops to technical programs. We've organized career workshops with DataHeat to innovative events like hiking and others. We've kept members engaged while preparing them for future opportunities. So some of our community-focused outreaches are the Nation campaign, that's the Part of Delta, which supported over 400 students, and the innovation of the Limawa Primary School. These efforts reflect our dedication to fostering growth and contributing to sustainable development. Meticulous documentation. Proper documentation has been another key to our success. We maintain detailed records of our events and share them on platforms like LinkedIn. We engage our members after every program to share their experience on LinkedIn and tag people that impacted them. This has not only helped us stay organized, but also allowed us to showcase our impact and gain international recognition. In summary, our journey over the past 4 years has been one of dedication, teamwork, and impactful collaboration. As we celebrate these milestones and approach our 6th year, we remain committed to inspiring growth and making a difference to SPE. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope our study encourage you to strive for excellence within your chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President Utmina, President, for your presentation.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I appreciate that you shared your success story with us, and a good number of chapter presidents here will certainly learn from this and use that to improve their work. So can we call on the next president of ABSU President, Rivers State University? Is he or she on call? What about PTI President, Petroleum Training Institute President? Okay, it's like we don't have both presidents on call. Okay, Engineer Watson is.
I'm here.
So go ahead. Yeah.
I'm on the call, ma.
Okay, good day.
Do you have any information for?
Good day, good evening all.
Council Chair Obi, AB, and Ogolo. Thanks so much. I'm just seeing notification for the RSU that happens to be in my chapter, giving their insight and experiences, how they won the award. I wanted to ask if probably they were put on notice before now.
Yes. The three presidents were all informed.
Were put on notice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry for this. I have to get across to them because I'm surprised that the RSU president is not here to share his experience and all that, so others can benefit from as well. And again, I would ask, there is a change of there is a transition currently in RSU. So I'm thinking that the previous president, if this meeting 2.0 will be held before the African Congress, Emeka could as well share that because he's armed with the technicality and all they did for them to emerge as one of the top in a technical destination. So I think probably the previous president could be in a more good position to talk about the technicality and all than the current president. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for the information. Okay, so may we call upon the PTI president, Mr. Joe, to share his screen, and I can see he has joined the call. Joe, great.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ma. Good evening, everyone.
Okay.
Please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, please. I'm unable to share my screen from my end because of the device I'm using. I don't know if I sent my slide yesterday. If it can't be displayed for me here. Please, can the slide be shared for me from the end?
Obi, can we share on his behalf?
Oh, sorry, please, can you just what name, like what did you save it with? So I should, because I didn't.
Okay, PTI Road to Winning the Presidential Award.
Okay, so just give me a few seconds, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, can you please, because I can't find it currently, like honestly. I'm on the group, I can't find it. Apologies.
Don't worry, let me just share from my end.
Okay. Or you can probably highlight it from the group so I can see. I can't.
I didn't actually send it to the group. I just sent it to directly to Miss Zopika also.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't get it.
Yeah,
if I got it, I would have shared.
All right, it's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good
Hello,
evening.
can you hear me? Okay.
Good evening,
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure to be able to share our experience on how we were able to win the presidential award. So it's titled here SPPTI Road to Presidential Award. I will be taking us through the outline now. The next slide. So we're talking just going to give us a brief history about the chapter, the executive of PTI 2023/24 that won the award, the goals we set and the goals achieved by that same executives, and straight up to the strategies we implemented to win the presidential award. Next slide, please. Please, next slide. Okay, a history about the chapter. SPPT has been in existence since November 1979 and has continued to foster professional and academic growth with continuous growth in membership, and has been one of the chapters that has continued to engage students with industries and industry professionals. We have won a milestone award, another award, and as at 2024, SPPTI won the Presidential Award, Best Student Chapter Award, and the First Position Membership Award. Next slide, please. Okay, these are the chapter executives that won these awards at 2024. You can see, I don't know, I don't think it's necessary to begin to call all the names, but here are the chapter executive. I'm up front here. So straight up to the goals we set and achieved. Now we have 3 major goals we set during our time as executives. The first goal was to win the membership award. The second was to drive up student interest in SP activities, especially in the non-petroleum engineering department. And the third one was to become one of the chapters of interest for the section. So if you look at these goals that we set during our time, you will observe that there was no winning the presidential award amongst all of this. So I will tell you how we got to win the presidential award through the strategies that we use. So going straight up to the strategies, it said engaging, retaining, and growing membership. Now, the presidential award that we won during our time in 2024 was basically through through membership growth and engagement. Like I said, if you go back to the previous slide, there was no goal set on winning the presidential award. All our emphasis was tied down to winning the membership award. So we basically worked towards winning the membership award, and in the end, with other strategies implemented, we got to win both the presidential award and also the best student chapter award. So I'll start with engaging, retaining, and growing membership, which is the first on my list here. So what did we do in terms of membership? How did we grow membership? We had different strategies we used for membership growth. First off was class-to-class orientation. We like to call it an outreach. Okay, we go out to classes, we tell them about SPE, what SPE has to offer, and in turn, we get them to become registered members of SPE. As at January, February last year, we were given a target of 400 members, and with all these strategies we implemented, class-to-class visitation, some of the times we went to the hostels to tell them about SPE. My executive and I, we often had committees to talk to students about reasons to be part of SPE, how SPE can be beneficial to you as a student, and the interest of students begin to rise, and gradually we had growing numbers from 400, which was the target, to above 700 members. And not just that, SPE was not just known in the Department of Petroleum Engineering, it became louder in other departments. So for us to be able to achieve that much number, it obviously means that it wasn't just petroleum engineering departments alone. We had other departments along in this run. So one of the other strategy here, we have the strategic writing of the annual reports. Now, basically, I feel that the annual report is one of the basic things for you to, basic criteria for you to get to get the presidential award. Now, for me, like I said, we did not plan on winning. Please, back to the other slide. We did not plan on winning the presidential award, but the membership was what led to all this. Now, we wrote annual reports directing the executive summary to how far we have made progress in terms of membership. So it is how good your annual report is that determine if you are going to be, for me, it's how good your annual report is that determine if you are going to win the presidential award or not. But you cannot write your annual reports without, if you don't have, what I mean is you don't have what to write on, then it's as good as you are not ready to write the reports. What does that mean? We in PTI, we directed our reports to our growth in membership, how we have been able to surpass the given target and beyond. So we had something to write about. Yeah, we had something to write about. We have something to talk about. So if you don't have something to talk about, you have not done anything in your chapter, then what would you be reporting? So it's not just membership. Every other thing follows in terms of organizing programs. But what worked for us in PTI was membership, engagement, and growth. Given the fact that we surpassed the target limit that was given to us, and we moved further to increasing it drastically, and we had something to put in our report. So we were able to direct this growth to the annual reports. And then it was stated clearly how we were able to do this and that. And, that was one of it for us. And the last one here was proper application. Yes, you have written your annual report and you did not apply for the presidential award. It's of no use expecting to win the presidential award. So after you have probably written your annual report, directed it to whatever you have done, if you had done a lot of nice programs and so on and so forth, put it in your report, state it clearly. Now, after doing that, you are going to be applying for the award you want, and your application is important. You should know how to properly write this the application, to fill the form. If you don't know how to, you ask questions. During my time, it was obviously the first time, so I met the right persons and I asked questions. So knowing how to apply is important. Writing the report is important.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Thank you all for giving me this opportunity once again. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Joe, I like one statement you made. You said if you don't have report activities, what are you going to report? So, and that is a very big one for every one of us here. It's one thing to have that desire to win an award, but it's also another good thing to be ready to put in the work by making sure you have strategic programs, activities that are impactful, that you can actually report, and also reporting very, very well. Thank you, Joe, for that. Thank you. We appreciate your time. So from here, okay, I don't think RS president is still here. So I will be handing over the rest of the session to Mr. Ove to continue with the question and answer and the rest of the program. Thank you, Ove.
Yeah, thank you so much, Engineer Obeta. Thank you so much. It's been a very, very amazing and insightful. Like I told you from the beginning, that you are in for a great time, and the speakers, they've really delivered excellence in their presentation. So quickly, we are going down to the question and answer. I know Mr. Ola Davis is just here to receive your questions. So this is Mr. Ola Davis spoke on SP International reporting template for chapters. Mr. Engineer AB spoke on roles and criteria for African Petro Bowl competition. And Dr. Chukwemeke spoke on hastening the student paper contest. Dr. Ogolo just gave a summary and talked about the forthcoming event, and as you saw the slide. So now we're going to usher in questions. If you have questions to ask, kindly raise up your hand. Then, Bob, I think Mr. Ola Davis' hand is up, sir. You can, I think you have a question or something. Yeah.
Well, not so much a question. Thank you very much. Just a quick one. Listening to all the other presentations, I just to raise some highlights. When Ebi was talking about Petrobol, it's worthy to note that the two boys from Fupre that came in third, there were just 12 of them on the team, and they went up against teams of 4, in each category, in each round. So it was a huge feat that they did, just 12 of them against, past champions, European champions. So it's just to also highlight that, which was fantastic. So I think they do deserve a round of applause. Just 12 of them. I remember them. They were amazing. And also when Dr. Emeke was talking about SPC, Alexander Fenaike, he did his presentation virtually, and he won the undergraduate category. You can imagine how hard it is coming up against people that did in-person presentation. As we all know, in-person presentation is easier than doing online. He did this virtually, and he still won the category. So that's also an amazing feat. He also deserves a round of applause. You understand? He was superb. And just finally, I just want to give a shout out to 2 people that sent emails to me. Over the years, I've always complained about how students have to write emails like they're texting. They don't know, no headlines, no title, no salutations. It's just as they're writing a text message. But these 2 people, they sent emails to me and the service team, and I was really impressed with them. So I just recognize them. One is Purple Prince Jeffat James from University of Port Harcourt. And what's the other girl? I think her name is Jesu Tofumi. She from Jesu Tofumi from Ola Yeye. She's the president of SP OAU State chapter. I just want to recognize them because they sent emails, and their emails were really, really professional. So I just want to recognize them because I know I'm always giving you guys a hard time about how you send emails. So just recognition of these 2 people that their emails were really up to par. So just to commend them. So it's not always about complaining, but also giving people the right and the dues when they do well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Oladivis, for pointing this out and also for sharing with us the very important step that these 2 did in FUPRI, and that was really amazing. And it was already a step. I mean, it's already a step for other student chapters, because going forward, with this meeting, a lot of students are charged up with all of the presentations. And yeah, I feel that those persons that are not here, they've actually missed a lot. So for those of us that are here, please, it's time for question and answer. Please do well to throw in your questions. You can, I see one hand up, Inusa Rabiu Isa. If you have a question, please, you can unmute and speak briefly. We'll usher in 3 questions or 5 just because of time. All right, thank you. Go ahead, Inusa.
All right, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to ask my question. First, I'd like to thank you for this great program, and it was actually inspiring. Right, my question directly goes to the energy challenge. I'd like to know, are there any number or limit number of the members or team for the energy challenge? And then, are there any differences between the SP Nigerian Council Energy Challenge and SP Africa? I mean, are we having 2 as we have in the paper contest, or is just 1 this year? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Inusa, for this question. I think this question goes to Mr. Stephen Obo, if he's still on the call. Mr. Stephen Obo, sir.
Sorry, I'm quite in a noisy place. Can Rume please help to respond to him?
Okay,
right, thank you.
I'll do that. So yeah, so for the energy challenge, this year we are having the Africa Energy Challenge, not the usual Nigeria Council Energy Challenge, because it's an Africa event. So the participants is going to be from chapters in Africa. So Nigeria, Tanzania, Uganda, Ghana. So those are what we expanded. Luckily for us, we were so happy when the call was sent. The first person to send an email was a student from, not from Nigeria per se, but from other African countries. So it's open to, any chapters in Africa. The way the energy challenge work is that it's a teamwork, right? That we expect chapters to come up with teams to participate in the event. So it's a challenge among chapters, unlike a paper contest where you have a student, presenting what he or she has done. This time around, and whenever any chapter is selected, it's the chapter that comes out to present their work. So we set up a theme, but what we usually allow is that for presentation, you just send in 2 of the team members to make a presentation at the event. So you could have a team of 5, 6, that's fine for us. But what we allow a team is that we want a scenario where you are able to, to get expertise from different backgrounds, because you understand that some of these challenges are not just only one department related. So you get a team of persons to work with, so come up with this innovative project. But during the presentation, we only invite 2 of the team members to come and present their innovation. Thank you.
We are going to call, like I said, we're just taking few questions. You have the names of all speakers. You can connect with them on LinkedIn, ask your question, make reference to this meeting and ask your question in line with what's the topic that they presented on. So, but just because of time, again, we'll usher in perhaps the last question from John.
Sorry,
Right.
okay. Can I come in?
Right.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Engineer AB, please go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, it's a brief one on the energy challenge, because I think program chair skipped this one, so I wanted to just chip it in on the number of submissions you can make. How we have done it previously, right? We don't want to limit your ideas. If your student chapters have more than 1, 2, 3 that you feel very good for the energy challenge, you can put in. However, for final presentation, because we see the energy challenge also as a kind of chapter contest, right? So for the final one, we'll take the best out among yours if it makes it to the final list that we're picking. Yeah, just wanted to add it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Engineer AB, for that very important point. And I want to believe it's well noted. So, John, you can please quickly ask your question. John, unmute and speak, please.
All right. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, I think the first John that does not have, not only John of the UI, this is John, just John. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, no problem, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. I appreciate you giving me the time to ask my question. I also appreciate everyone who gave that presentation and to the sponsors of the whole event today. It was quite a ton of information and it was insightful. All right, so I appreciate everything. Thank you very much. So quickly, I want to ask about 2 to 3 questions. I'll join them together to be fast. The first question is regarding the style of the Petro Bowl game. From what we know, we used to have it as a Petro quiz, and now that it's going to be the African regional games, I want to know what mode is going to be like. I guess that question will be referring down to Mr. Ola Davis. Thank you for that. So what is the virtual how's the virtual session going to be like? Is it going to be the Petro quiz standard or the Petro Bowl standard? Because on the Petro Bowl style, it's very different from how we do have it as on the Petro quiz style. So I want to know on that as much as my team as well. Also, for the energy challenge, when I heard Dr. Rume spoke, he spoke as regarding the entries being an abstract, but from the circular that I saw that went out, it says the submission should be a technical paper. So I want to understand if there's a template to follow, please, we had like to see that. Or if not, how do we get to go about it? Because from the circular, I get to see it to be a technical paper, but from what you spoke, you said it's going to be an abstract for the early entry submission. And lastly, too, I would also want to know if your paper would also be used for energy challenge, just on different rounds, still the same concepts, but using on different context, more like the paper contest and also the energy challenge. So that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, John. I think Mr. Ola Davis, because one question was thrown to Mr. Ola Davis, the other Dr. Ume, and yeah. So Mr. Ola Davis, you might want to throw some light on this.
I think Ebi is in a better position to answer that question on Petro Bowl and Petro quiz. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Ola Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Go ahead, please.
All right. Okay.
Loud and
Thanks.
clear.
Okay, so I will cover for both the energy challenge and this why maybe Engineer Rume also and then Dr. Mika, okay, stay on the call to do that since Engineer Stephen is a bit busy now. So for the Petro Bowl, I think, John, I don't know which school are you from, just to highlight whether your chapter received the call.
Okay. Oh, apologies on that. I'm from University of Uyo, so Port Harcourt section.
Okay, please, you need to confirm from your chapter president if he got that mail. And aside from mail, we have actually been posting on the chapter president group on it. We have said that all formats we're doing this year is Petro Bowl. We're not doing any Petro quiz, right? Because this tell from our regional director, right? It's actually, there's no need doing a Petro quiz in council normally while you're doing the Petro Bowl at the final, as in the US. So we have changed every stuff to Petro Bowl format. So that's one thing you should note. Then for virtual round that we're organizing, the regional team is not thinking of doing a virtual round, right? The one we are going to do in Bayero University in Kano is solely going to be physical. However, the regional has given 16 slots to SPA Council to bring to the African competition, right? Because how they do it in SPA in all over regions is they usually have a regional contest to pick the best 5 to represent that region, right? So in Africa, we're supposed to bring 5. Normally, the African region gives Nigerian Council 3 every year, but we are coming together to host this competition. And they have said, okay, bring 16 teams, while we bring 8 teams all from other countries. So now, how do we scale down to 16 from over our 30-something student, 40-something student chapters we have currently? We have to do a virtual round. So if we have a student chapter submission that are more than 16, right, which last year we had over 30-something putting in for the Petro Bowl, it means that we have to do a virtual round to bring down to 16, and that format is still going to be Petro Bowl. So that's it.
Yeah.
I've also shared the Petro Bowl rules. Please contact your Petro Bowl that's your president rather. Please to share with you. If you can't, contact either myself or Rume to get those Petro Bowl rules or the emails that it carries. You can forward to you. Then for the energy challenge, for the energy challenge, where you mentioned how the form, I think maybe you got Dr. Rume wrong, because last year we actually said bring abstract first, then bring the normal submission. But this year, the mail that went out is put all of them in one and send, and we're going to now scale down to the best, right? So you're going to do it in, I don't know, if University of Uyo put in last year. So if you want a format of an energy challenge submission, you can contact the guys that represented. I think they were still among the top 10 last year. So you can contact the guys that did the submission so that you can know how the format is. Just basically you highlighting in student paper contest, you don't highlight your commerciality of the process, right? But this energy challenge, you need to tell us also about how commercial this, right? In terms of maybe if you're sourcing for materials, this is how much, those are the commercial part of it, which is different a bit from student paper contest, right? Student paper contest, you are just communicating the ideas. So I don't know if that one is clear. Both in energy challenge, you're talking of your technical, you're talking of your commercial, you're talking of, what value is bringing out, right? So I'll leave the student paper contest if both can go for, if Emeke or program share can respond to.
Thanks a lot, Engineer Ebi. So this is very, very, I feel it's much more informative. And I want to believe, John, that you've gotten answers to your question. So because of time, like I said, all the speakers, you have their name. Kindly go on LinkedIn to connect with them, reference this meeting and ask your question. Very, very important. So apologies, everyone. We can't take any further or other question. So thank you. So currently we are going to quickly take the photo section. So I urge every one of us to kindly turn on your camera, please.
Okay, can they drop, if they have further questions, they can drop on the group, we'll respond to them.
Great. That works. All right, please, you can drop your questions on the chat box so it will be attended to. All right, so thank you, everyone. So we quickly take kindly turn on your cameras. Okay, just give me a few. So while this is going on, you can as well start, okay. All right, it's getting. All right, so I have to take down. And I'm so very, very happy because I see that our very own, moving to the next. Please, let's keep turning on. For those of us that are here to turn on camera, you can do so now. Very big thank you to our SPE Nigeria Council Chairwoman, Engineer Amina. Thank you so much, Ma, I'm really so surprised because she's been so busy, like since morning down to this present time, she's been sitting in meetings and all. So thank you very much, Mr. Ola Davis. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, all president, president, students, YPs on the call. Thank you so much. I would say, okay, we can give emojis, you can give reactions, like clap for yourselves. Anyhow, you can, celebrate yourself for your time on the call. So I'm still taking photos. So as much as I can take. So like I said, because of time, I'm going to make welcome, because Dr. Engineer Amina is on the call. Yes, she gave the opening remarks, but I don't mind, Ma, if you give us the closing remarks as well. Thank you so much, Ma.
Okay, thank you very much for the honor. It was really nice sitting in through and listening to everything. I actually wanted to ask a question, I think, to Stephen, but then I realized he wasn't around. I wanted to ask him why he had Nigeria jollof rice as his last slide and with only one chicken. Is that what we're expecting at STSC? One chicken? But then I realized he was not on call, so I couldn't ask my question. So thank you very much. It was a very engaging program. All the speakers were top notch, on point. And Ola always deliver, all of them were top notch, and I also learned a lot because unfortunately, I never started SPE from the student level. I started as a professional. So I missed out a very important part of SPE, so I'm learning, as I interact with students. And when I chaired Abuja section, I had very close interaction with student chapters and all. So it was very enlightening. I learned a lot, and I hope that all of you too have learned a lot. And we look forward to an exciting STSC Africa, SPE Student Congress, Africa Student Congress. And it's really going to be very nice, I can see from all the preparations. And I hope that we're going to ace it. I hope that it will be a Nigeria section that will win the award, that will ace it. Fupre tried with, they were only 3, I think, but they were able to come 3rd. So imagine if we have a full team, what we can achieve. We can do it. Nigerians are always amazing. Everywhere they are, they succeed, they excel. So I'm urging all of us, I'm giving you all my support from here. Let us put in our best foot forward and see what we can do. Well done to the team for putting this together. It's very good initiative, and I'm looking forward to series 2.0, 3.0 and beyond. Well done, and enjoy the rest of the weekend, and thank you again.
Thank you so much. Ma. Thank you.
Yeah. So before we go, Engineer Rome, I think we should just applaud the coordinator for this event.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, Ma. Thanks so much that you even stayed to the end of the program. We really appreciate you for your support to students, and thanks to everyone. And one of the organizers of this program, Mr. Samuel Keoma, we want to specifically thank you for the efforts you put in to see that the program is a success. For us, you are like the brain behind this program. So that's why on our own, we are making some arrangements with respect to you, but we want to applaud you for the efforts you put in to see that we have a successful program as this. So a big thanks to all that have joined. Just as the council chair said, we appreciate all who presented, and we're looking forward to the next series. So don't miss out of this. And I think we are the secrets. This is a secret session. So if you miss out, you've really missed a lot, because people are sharing experience, chapters are sharing experience, winners are sharing experience. So it's better you don't miss out in any of this. So we'll try and send a video of this particular program to everyone. So once again, a big thanks to my committee members that also put up this event. The SACs are joined, senior members, students, and my able chapter presidents that joined. And we'll see by next time to see how we can accommodate participants beyond 100, so that we can have a lot of persons really benefit from this particular program. So I think this is a brief for me. So thanks to everyone. Thanks, Keoma Samuel. His name is, you can follow him. He's a good guy. And we are really quite impressed with what he's doing. And so keep it up. Thank you. Do have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
So
All right,
bye.
thank you, everyone. Do have a great night's rest and enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Dr. Rume.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.